Hello, my girlies, and we are back with another Chloe commentary video. Today, I'm going to be reacting and giving commentary on the video "We Got Married and Essence Was Adopted." This is from a few years ago, and yeah, again, it's another short video, so this shouldn't be that long. But I do want to start this video off by addressing the Chloe enablers. Yes, 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 yes. I got a bone to pick with y'all, for real, for real. Let's go ahead and get into it. Since I've been making these videos, a lot of Chloe enablers, they like to come into my comments trying to make me feel bad about making this kind of content. You know, a lot of them, they're in the YouTuber back in the cuts comments, harassing her, trying to make her feel bad. And at this point, you guys, it's tired. It's tired. Hang it up, flat screen, okay? Once upon a time, it was just, people on the internet sharing their opinions on this public figure. But you guys, her sister has come out on multiple occasions, basically confirming everything that we've been saying and speculating about this girl to be true. Okay? If her own sister, who knows her, who's done life with her, who's broken bread with her, is confirming that she is not who she portrays to be to the public, then you all's opinion on her is no longer valid. Like, let's really break it down and think about it. If her sister, who knows her, okay, let's really get into it. She knows her. This girl probably changed her diapers when she was a baby. Let's be so freaking for real, okay? Bria knows Chloe and knows her in an intimate way, okay? She don't know of her. She don't know her solely based off what she's seen on YouTube. She knows her. She knows her personality. She knows her traits. She knows her likes. She knows her dislikes. Bria is probably the person that Chloe has mirrored herself behind. Let's just be real. And if the person who Chloe probably inspired to be like in a lot of ways is coming online and confirming everything that people have been saying on the Reddit pages to be true, everything that people have been saying in her comments for years to be true, everything that I've been saying on my channel, people like Back in the Cut has been saying on her channel. She is basically confirming, y'all, that we weren't crazy. We aren't tripping. We're not a bunch of haters, quote unquote. She is confirming, yes, what y'all are noticing about her, it's right, it's true. She's not who you think she is. If she is coming out and saying this, then you all's lousy, flimsy opinions on her that is basically enabling weird and problematic behavior is no longer valid. So please take your opinions coming on other people's platforms, trying to tell me about myself. Please take all of that and shove it up your butt, respectfully. Take it and shove it. It's no longer valid. The only way it becomes valid again is if somebody who actually knows Chloe Yazmean in real life, I'm not talking about somebody who watched the video and took a picture with her one time. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about people who has access to her, people who have her phone number, people who have talked to her, people who have hung out with her. If those people ever come out the woodwork and say, you all are crazy, you all are tripping, Chloe is not this mean girl, she is not a hoarder, she is not XYZ, if they come out and basically confirm that we're all just a bunch of haters, then what you all stand on might just be a little bit valid. But until then, stay out of my comments, okay? Stay off of my posts. This is your last warning, okay? Your comment will be deleted, you will be blocked. Okay, because I'm not in the mood. I do not have the time or the energy to repeat myself. This is my warning to all of y'all. Stay out of my comments. Stay off of my channel. If you don't like what I do on my channel, no one's making you be here. Okay, if you want to enable everything she does, then you know what? Create your own videos on your platform. No one's stopping you. Okay, this is YouTube. This is the internet. It's not a real place. It's all entertainment. If you want to make videos and where you're pointing out everything that you love about Chloe Yazmean, nobody is stopping you. Okay, but like I said in my last video, I am impartial. If I see things that I like and appreciate, I will voice that. If I see things that is weird and problematic, I will voice that. Okay. The same freedom of speech Chloe Yazmean has to be weird and problematic and bash her family members unprovoked. The same First Amendment right that protects her to do that. I have the same First Amendment right to share my opinion on it. Okay? Like, seriously, let's just be so freaking for real. Okay? It's level playing field. If she can make it public and talk about it and be weird online for monetary gain, then I can talk about it at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, who am I? Who am I? I don't know her. She don't know me. I'm just a nobody with a hole in the wall following on YouTube. I'm not getting paid for any of this. So my little opinions, honestly, shouldn't amount to anything anyways. Okay? But if you're bothered or triggered by anything that I'm saying in my content, then maybe, just maybe, I'm tap dancing too close to the truth for your liking. Okay? Maybe the shoe is fitting. Maybe what I'm saying makes a little bit too much sense for you, and it's triggering and it's bothersome to you. And it's really sad that if you all can enable a total stranger on the internet to this extent, then I hate to see how you enable people who you know in real life. It's very sad on your end. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's tired, and I'd appreciate it if you all please hang it up, flat screen. Okay? When you get done talking, I'm still going to make the content I want to make. And I don't just make Chloe commentary videos. I still make my own content as well. So yeah, always have, always will. All right? All right. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this video now that I have addressed the enablers / cult members, whatever you want to call them, you know? But yeah, let's go ahead and get into today's video.
This is probably going to be one of the most important videos I ever make in my life, and I know you guys have already read the title. We've got some good news and some sad / good news. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it out there, girl. We got married today. Jordan and I are finally married.
Yes.
And this is so exciting. This has been a day that we have been waiting for so long, and I am just so honored to be your wife.
I'm honored to be your husband. I'm so excited. This is literally the best thing that's ever happened to me.
He was getting all choked up today when we were getting married, and I could tell he was holding it back with everything inside him.
Because I didn't want to make no funny faces or weird faces. I'm staring straight at her and I'm like, man, I'm starting to get emotional.
I know, I see it.
You're so pretty. You're so pretty.
But I wanted to come on here and just briefly announce that we are married and we just got married today. And I also wanted to go ahead and just kind of talk about a couple things or answer some questions.
All right, so they're saying here that they got married on this day, and I feel like if they were just going to run to the courthouse, they honestly could have gotten married a lot sooner. They didn't have to move into their townhouse, unwed, living in different bedrooms, all of that. Like, if this was going to be the end result, they honestly could have just did this in the first place, you know? Some people say some stuff was happening within her family, and that's why she ran off and got married so quickly. I don't know. So at the end of the day, I don't want to speculate on nothing that isn't concrete and hasn't been made public or been confirmed to be public. So yeah, I'm not going to get into all of that. But I feel like if this was going to be the result, then they could have just did this before they even moved in together. Like, you know, I don't know. That's just me. I feel like this is something they could have just did in the first place. And I know, a few months ago, I think people were talking about this video in one of the Reddit pages, and people were like, I hope she didn't get married in this outfit. But, you know, I feel like this might have been filmed by the end of the day, and, you know, they very well could have changed clothes. So I'm not going to just make the assumption that this is what she got married in. I haven't seen this video in a while, but who knows, maybe she confirmed that this is what she got married in. But right now, we're going to just hope that she at least wore a white dress from, I don't know, TJ Maxx, Ross, Marshalls, something like that, and he put on a shirt and a tie. Let's just hope and pray that they had sense enough to at least do that.
That I know will be asked. So first things first, do we have a wedding? We did not have a wedding. We had a little ceremony at the courthouse, but we did not have a wedding. We are going to have a wedding in the future, but it's just not the time right now. It's not the time to have a wedding right now, and there are many different reasons why we did not decide to have a wedding. First things first, I know this is so childish in a way, but it's really not. So first things first, I am still getting comfortable expressing my love and showing you that I love you. It's honestly still a little bit hard for me to be all gushy and stuff in front of my family, and honestly both of us are still getting comfortable, and we knew
I don't think he's struggling to get comfortable showing quote unquote his love. And I feel like if she is struggling with that, I feel like that's something that could have been or should have been handled in premarital counseling. And I would hope that they did go to premarital counseling. I would give that advice to anybody. If you're seriously dating, if you're engaged, please go to premarital counseling. You can unpack a lot of things that might be within you and your partner that I feel like you can talk about in a healthy way and in a healthy space before you get married, before you start living together and all of those things start unfolding later on. Because one thing about marriage is it reveals you. It doesn't conceal you. All of the ugly parts of you, all of the hidden parts of you, your spouse sees. You cannot hide it. If you think you're hiding it, it's going to show one way or another. I promise you. Your spouse is going to pull that out of you. Your spouse and your children. All of your hidden traumas, all of the things that you thought was in the past, the things you thought you grew from, all of that stuff is revealed within marriage and within parenthood. I promise nothing reveals your character quite like those two chapters of life. Nothing else, I promise. So I do hope that they went to some form of premarital counseling. And if they did, like, I feel like her issues with expressing outward love and affection, that could have been addressed there, in a healthy space. But from what we see about Chloe, we see that she don't really gravitate towards a lot of accountability, because one thing about counseling of any sort, it requires you to be accountable. It's not a space where you hold the mirror up to everybody else. It's a space where you have to hold the mirror up to yourself. What I was talking about a few videos back, where she doesn't really show a lot of self-accountability from what we see in her YouTube videos. And I feel like counseling of any sort would require her to hold that mirror of self-accountability up. So I would hope that they went to premarital counseling, but from what we have seen, I highly doubt it.
Right now, we would not enjoy a wedding as much as we would maybe in like a year or two from now.
That's true.
So that's one reason, is I'm not 100% comfortable. And this reason is going to be kind of vague because I don't want to go into detail, but there are certain people that I want at my wedding that wouldn't be invited right now. And I know that sounds like, why would you invite them? Well, because there are people that I love to death, but they're working on themselves, and God is working on them, and right now wouldn't be the time for me to invite them to a wedding. And I don't want to just like not invite people that I really do want to be at my wedding, but it's just not the time. So that's another reason.
So right there, I think she was kind of hinting and insinuating at her sister. I can't think of anybody else in her life who was working on themselves, quote unquote, at the time, other than her sister. And I think, at the end of the day, she may throw a lot of shots at her sister. She may talk about her sister a lot. Her sister might live rent free in her head. But I think that's all a trauma response, because she loves her sister so much deep down. Because, at the end of the day, y'all, these aren't strangers, okay? These aren't total strangers. These are sisters. They're family. They know each other in ways no one else does. And that's why I said at the beginning of the video, like, if her sister is confirming what everybody has been saying, then yeah, the enablers, like, y'all need to just fall back. Okay, her sister has spoken, period. Okay, and honestly, what her sister got to say about her, honestly, trumps what any of us got to say, period. Trumps what I got to say, trumps what anybody says. Why? Because she knows her. Okay, we're all just on the outside looking in. We're all just strangers. We're speculating. We only know as far as these YouTube videos will take us. Okay, but if her sister has spoken, then that's it. That's it. That is it. Your opinion no longer matters. Period. Okay. You might as well fall back and go back and say, well, let's just pray for her. That's all you can do, because the person who actually knows her has spoken. Okay, so the person who knows her and the person who gains nothing from her has spoken, and that holds a lot of weight. When people who know somebody and has nothing to gain from them, when they speak out, you better listen. Period. But I feel like at the end of the day, Chloe loves her sister, and I believe her sister loves her too, which is why she has waited so long to say anything, because at the end of the day, that's her baby sister. Yeah, like, that's Chloe Yazmean, the hygiene YouTuber to us, but to Bria, that's her baby sister. You know what I'm saying? That's her baby. That was like her first baby. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? So she don't want to clown her sister. She don't want to drag her sister. You know what I'm saying? And she has made that known. She's publicly said she's proud of her sister. But she's tired of being dragged online publicly, and I understand that. I feel like at the end of the day, they love each other, and I think if you watch Chloe, if you watch Bria, you see the similarities, and you see where honestly Chloe has been inspired in so many ways from her sister, but there's still those traumas, those hurts, those pains that could easily be resolved within the walls of counseling and therapy. But if those things aren't being implemented, then yes, it's going to be a whole lot of confusion, a whole lot of misunderstanding. And I think that is the main culprit when it comes to those two individuals. There isn't no understanding. You know what I'm saying? But if they were ever given the opportunity to sit down and talk in a safe environment, I feel like a lot of understanding could transpire. I feel like at the core, there's love there. There has to be. They're family. And I'm sure if anything ever happened to any of them, either one of them, the other person would be utterly devastated. So I feel like they need some serious healing within their relationship. And all I can do from the outside looking in is pray that that happens someday, because life is short, you know. And like I said in a couple of videos back, if they could fix their relationship, honestly, they would be the best of friends. They would be the best of friends. They have a lot of similarities. If you watch Bria, if you watch Chloe, you see they have a lot of similarities. They really could be the best of friends. They could have such a tight sisterly bond. But there's so much trauma and toxicity within their family dynamic, and a lot of misunderstandings, it seems like, which prevents that from happening. You know? But anyways, let's get back to the video.
So I want to keep saving. We are still young, and oh my gosh, we are still young, and we want to keep saving money. We're a very like young married couple, and so we're still stacking our cash. Like right now, if we were to invest into a wedding, it wouldn't be for us, it would be for other people. And so it's not even that we ain't got the money, it's just that right now it's just not the time. And
I mean, that's really what any wedding is for. It's not really for you, it's for your family and your friends, in my opinion. But I feel like any wedding they would have would probably be like on a smaller scale anyways, because Chloe don't have a large friend group, if she has a friend group at all, from what we've seen anyways from YouTube. We don't see any type of friend group from Jordan either. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what size wedding they would even have. So maybe them just going to the courthouse or doing something small would have been like the best route for them anyways.
we are just focused on not living in sin. We're not really focused on impressing people. So we had a little ceremony. And then as far as the honeymoon, let's talk about the honeymoon, because
which is weird, because if y'all focused on not living in sin, y'all would have just gotten married at the courthouse in the first place before y'all moved into the condo. If y'all cared about not living in sin, like, let's be so for real.
okay, so we have gotten away, not far away though. We are away right now in a nice little sweet hotel. And we're going to spend our days together, not too much time. This is going to be vague and brief. I will go into detail in my next couple of videos, but there is something that has came up that I am now responsible for. And like I said, I'll talk more about that in my next videos coming up, but basically something has happened and I'm gonna have to go ahead and like kind of not 100% focus on our honeymoon right now and kind of focus on something else, because something just came up yesterday and there's no way that I'm gonna be able to be like, oh shh girl, I'm on my honeymoon, like I literally don't have time. This is something that I cannot avoid. You guys will literally know coming up very soon. And I'm so happy we didn't plan a honeymoon, because
And to this day, we still don't know what that was. We still don't know. We don't know what that was about, honestly. So they could have had a full-fledged honeymoon. I hate that, because like, she don't have a lot going on in her life. She could travel more, you know. She really could. Her channel could have so much going on. Like, she really don't reach her full potential as a YouTuber, and I feel like that does a huge disservice to us as the audience, because people have been asking her for years in her comment section, travel more, stuff like that. She doesn't. Just being engaged, that was built-in content. She could have brought us along with wedding planning and things of that nature. She don't do that. They could have went on a honeymoon and vlogged that. She did not do that. Just to plug my content into this video, I have a honeymoon vlog on my channel, and I vlogged it. And I loved it. And if nothing else, it's memories. You can look back and you can watch these videos again. And it's like, there are special moments in your life that you can look back on. And it's like, why wouldn't you want to do that? You know what I'm saying? But if y'all want to check out my honeymoon vlog, please feel free to. Because like I said, I don't just make Chloe commentary videos. I make other content. So check out my honeymoon vlog. It's in a vlog playlist on my channel. So check it out.
because I need to be near my family right now.
It all worked out.
It all worked out. It's not a good idea for him to leave work for a long time right now. Man, I definitely have more reasons why we didn't like go away on a vacation. We just decided to go ahead and come to like a nice little hotel and just spend time with each other and just kind of bond one-on-one, you know? I'm proud of us.
Me too.
I'm proud of us because we're doing things. Things have not been easy. Like these decisions have not been hard. Have not been easy to make. Like even getting engaged to him, like I was scared. Like what are my brothers gonna think? My brothers. What are people gonna think? And got over that. I'm straight on that. And then I was like getting married, like not having a wedding and stuff like that. Like I was nervous about it. And then seeing like other people today, they're getting married and stuff like that. And then I don't know where this guy just walked up to us and gave us $100. He was a minister and he was like, "This is y'all gift, blah blah." And I'm so proud of us. Yeah. And we still got money in our savings. We are on track. We're still good. You feel what I'm saying? Like some people blow their money on a wedding, or their parents, you know, of course. If I had a rich dad, he would have done it. Some people blow their money on a wedding and can barely even afford the car payment and rent. Blow their money on a wedding, or take out a loan and go into debt, or save up for a wedding when they could be saving up for a house or a car. You feel what I'm saying? So I've just done things the right way. We've done things the right way. You know?
I don't really like that statement of we've done things the right way, because what's the right way for you may not be the right way for other people. You know, at the end of the day, your wedding day is a once in a lifetime thing. You know what I'm saying? Like most people don't get married with the mindset to divorce. It's a day that you never forget. You can be in your 70s, 80s, and you'll still remember your wedding day. is one of the few times where both sides of your family are together and celebrating something joyous and momentous in you and your partner's life. And it's okay if you want to celebrate that. It's okay if you want to submit that in the history of you and your partner's life. And no, you may not have everything squared away in your finances. You may not be homeowners when you get married. You may not have your cars paid off when you get married. But guess what? You only have this one life. And life is short. You know what I'm saying? And so there's nothing wrong with that. Me personally, when I got married, this is how I went about it. I asked my daddy to pay for our venue, right? That was the one thing I asked him to do. And come to find out, my venue was all inclusive. So that means our venue would cover our food. Our venue would cover the flowers. Our venue covered our cake. Our venue covered our groom's cake. It basically covered everything, like linens, tables, chairs. Our venue covered all of that. The only things me and my husband had to pay for outside of our venue was what we wore, our officiant, and our DJ. That's it. Okay, and of course, our bridal party, they had to, provide their clothes. But everything else, all the other details that go into what, a wedding is, our venue covered it. So my dad pretty much, through paying for our venue, he pretty much paid for everything else. And it was like such a blessing from God because our venue, compared to other places, wasn't that expensive. It was like $8,000. So, and for a wedding, that's kind of on the cheaper side, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you think about all the things that we were getting in our wedding. And if you're interested, at the end of my honeymoon vlog, there are pictures of my wedding day incorporated at the end of that vlog. So that's another reason why I encourage you guys, go check out that vlog if you haven't already. But I don't know, this video just got me reminiscent on my own wedding. But yeah, y'all, there's nothing wrong with having a wedding. That's my point. There's nothing wrong with having the wedding day that you desire. As long as you can afford it, have the day you want. It's one day. You'll never get that day back. You'll never get those memories back. And like I said, it's one of the few times within you and your partner's marriage where both sides of your family are coming together to celebrate you, to celebrate y'all love. The other time might be when one of y'all unfortunately pass away. But if you think about it, it's not many times where both sides of the family come together. So there's nothing wrong with having a wedding. And if you have a wedding and you still got bills or whatever, that doesn't mean you're doing something the quote unquote wrong way. Okay. I don't really like when she does that, have this whole mindset of saying I did things the right way. No, you just did things your way. And there's nothing wrong with that. But there's also nothing wrong with the latter either. There's nothing wrong with people having a real wedding and they may not have all their finances squared away. Okay, if you wait on all your bills being paid, all of your cars being paid off, you become a homeowner. If you wait for all of that to be perfect, all of your ducks being in a row, you might be waiting forever. Okay, especially in this day and time. So live your life. You only got one life to live.
Part of us. Yeah. So we're married.
Exactly.
Okay.
You really do what you can right now.
Yeah.
And try to live right so that you can later down the line do what you really want to and be good.
You got to make the right decisions even when they're hard. So yeah, I'm really proud of us, and we are making hard decisions that are going to benefit our future family and are benefiting us. It's just there's so many great things, and God is so good, you guys. He's just been showering down blessings on us, and life is really turning around, and we are just so grateful. Oh my gosh, I feel so good. So also, I know you guys see the title about Essence. We can go ahead and talk about Essence. So I already know there was going to be tons of questions like, where is Essence? Because in my videos, Essence has not been shown. It has only been Locket. You can literally only see Locket's cage, and it's just been Locket. And I wanted to go ahead and talk about that. So I hadn't talked about it yet because I was so broken, and I still am grieving a little bit, so shattered, and I felt so disappointed that I had to give my puppy up for adoption. Oh my gosh, I'm getting ready to start crying. Because if this hurt anybody the most, it hurt me. I'm sorry. I made the best decision for her and for me. I also have a page on Essence, and this is the thing, because I don't want to make this an Essence bashing fest, because Essence was Essence.
But yet, in the videos where she would, be talking about Essence and Essence would be giving her a hard time, it kind of would give like she was bashing on Essence. And I remember watching that stuff back in real time. It was really hard to watch because she's just a little puppy, and I feel like when getting a dog is a huge responsibility. And I know during that time she went and bought that dog, around the time of the quote unquote hate train. And I feel like instead of sitting with yourself, like I suggested in the videos prior, instead of sitting with yourself and thinking about what people are saying about you, you go out and you make this impulsive purchase and decision instead of really thinking about is this something that you can maintain long term? And if you all remember, before she got with Jordan, before she got Lockett, she would always say she did not want a pet. So it never gave that she was a dog person to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So it was always kind of odd that she even got a dog in the first place, let alone having two. You know, like, why? You're still getting used to the idea of even having a dog. And now you have two. And you're going to make this huge purchase. Why? Because some strangers on the internet are talking about you? That's strange. That's off-putting. You know? And I just feel like she made the wrong decision. She made the wrong decision in getting this dog.
The day that I got Essence, I did it because I wanted Lockett to have a friend. I thought that Lockett was lonely. So we went and got a dog, and I remember going up to check out when I went to go buy her. And this feeling I've never had before said, don't do it. And it was God, and he was saying, don't do it. But I wanted to, and I pushed it. And I felt this strong feeling, don't do it.
Yeah, that was the Holy Spirit telling you not to do something. And this is what happens when you choose not to listen to the Holy Spirit. And that's a whole little rant within itself. How many of us have gotten in horrible situations that we live to regret, all because we didn't listen to the voice of God telling you, don't do that. Don't become friends with this person. Don't take that job. Don't lead that job. Don't get in relationship with this person. Don't move there. But we don't listen. And next thing we know, we're in situations we never even imagined ourselves to be in, all because we choose not to listen to the Holy Spirit. It's so important when you hear that voice, when you hear the Holy Spirit saying, knock, knock, don't do that. Don't move there. Don't give that person a second date. Don't answer that phone. Don't text them back. Don't make that purchase. When you hear the Holy Spirit telling you not to do something, you better listen. It could literally change your life. And if you choose not to listen, you could be changing the trajectory of your very life, your destiny. You could be altering your destiny because you didn't listen. And I'm sure we all know somebody in our personal lives who changed their destiny all because they didn't listen to the Holy Spirit. That's so vital.
I'm like, oh, she's so sweet, blah, blah, blah. As soon as I put her in the car, she's tweaking. Lockett did not act like that when I put her in the car. Same exact puppy shop. She would not stay in the box. And the box had a lot of paper in it so that if she peed or pooped, it would catch it. So I didn't want her on my lap because I knew that she might pee or poop.
I know that she said the same exact puppy shop. At the end of the day, puppies are like children. Puppies are not always going to be the same. I don't care if they're the same breed or whatever. Puppies have their personalities. They all have personalities. Okay? And just because you got an easy dog the first time, that don't mean you're going to have an easy dog the second time. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? If you have two dogs that are chill and mellow and sweet, then hey, you lucked out. You did. Especially if you buy them from a puppy. You luck out. But it's not guaranteed to always be that way.
So I put like this big drawing that my nephew had made. And I put it in between me and Essence so that she would stop jumping on my lap. She was jumping out of the box. This baby was 2 months old. And she put her paw in between it and kept moving it over and moving it over. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, this is either bad or this is really good because she's really smart. Months go by, months go by, months go by. She's still not potty trained. She's still pottying in my house 24/7. Still. And it never stopped. Every toy I bought her, she would ruin. I would buy Lockett toys. She would ruin them. Get Lockett to bed. She would tear it up and ruin it. She would bite Lockett. That's why Lockett had a hot spot recently because she was bit. She would mess with Lockett 24/7. Lockett would be sleeping. She would go prance on her and bite her and just attack her. If I put a cute dress on both of them, she would bite Lockett's dress and try to rip at it. She tore up my floorboards. My brand new house, y'all. Tore 2 big chunks out of like 2 different floorboards. You know where my dining room is? I'm trying to hide it on camera. She took 2 big chunks out of my floorboards.
Now, I can understand why she would be upset about that, especially if that's a space that Chloe is renting. Okay, I don't know if y'all, if you're watching this video, you might be a kid, you might still be living at your, with your parents. But if you have ever rented an apartment, a house, or whatever before, then you know if you're renting a space and whenever you choose to move out, you're gonna have to pay for that. Okay. And even if you own a space, if you don't want your house to be torn up, I mean, that's understandable, okay? Because that's a huge investment. Being a homeowner, that's not an investment that you just sneeze at. That's a big investment. And if something goes wrong in your house, that falls on you. That's on you to recover. That's on you to fix. So I get it if she's upset with that, because that's real life adult stuff, and yes, having a dog is a huge responsibility. And yes, having a dog, like there's a huge, chance that your dog might pee up your carpet or scratch up something or whatever. There's always that chance. But nobody goes into that just knowing that their house is going to be destroyed. And nobody naturally desires that. your home that you've worked hard to acquire, regardless if you rent it or own it. Nobody wants that. So I get it.
And I still was like, I'm gonna hold on. My brand new house, she's tearing it up, she's potty, and she's pooping everywhere. She needed 24/7 constant attention. She didn't understand that she was in trouble, and I would tell her, you're in trouble. I take her outside, bring her back in, take Lockett outside, and you would hear her screaming so loud that Lockett was going outside. And when I tell you guys, like, she peed and pooped 24/7, it was 24/7. I was so stressed out. I wake up every single morning with anxiety. Like, oh my gosh, has my anxiety, like, decreased so much ever since Essence has left? And this is the thing. I don't want to make this the Essence bashing fest, because I love that dog to this day so much. And I wish that it didn't go the way that it did. And I wish that I could have done more, but I had anxiety every morning. I didn't want to get out of bed. Didn't want to get out of bed because I knew what I was going to have to deal with. I mean, there's been so many times where I literally would take her outside, have her out there for a while. She would not poop or pee. She knew she was supposed to. She wouldn't. So then I come back in, I'd set her down, take Lockett outside, come back in, step and poop right when I get in the door. She pooped right.
Now, one thing she could have did, she definitely could have invested in some type of dog training for Essence. If you have money to go shopping for hygiene products, this and the third, then you got money for dog training. She definitely could have done that, period. If she didn't do it, Jordan should have did it, because I remember in one of her vlogs, she said that was Jordan's dog. So if that's Jordan's dog, then honestly, a bulk of the responsibility should have been on him anyways. Another thing, I do recall that she moved shortly after getting Essence. And moving and putting your dogs into a new environment can be very daunting on them. Okay, because remember, a dog, especially a puppy, like, they have the mindset of like a 12-month-old at all times. Okay, it don't matter how old they get, they will always have the mind of a baby, always. So new things can be daunting on them, especially if they're not used to that kind of stuff. So maybe, I don't know, this is not my dog, I didn't live her experience, but maybe her dog just was tweaking because she was in a brand new environment and she didn't know how to deal with it. And you're putting your dog in a new environment all while showing signs of frustration with your dog. Dogs can read that energy. They really can. And like again, if you don't have that patience of having a dog and things of that nature, they're not going to gel well with you. And I guess it kind of goes back to the point of it never gave she's a dog person, it just never gave that. So you're already not really a dog person, and your dog isn't doing exactly what you want them to do when you want them to do it. So you're being more short with them. You're not having a lot of patience with the dog. Your dog feeds off that energy. You have to have patience with dogs, especially when they're puppies, because just like a baby, they're new to the world. They're learning everything, quite literally everything. Okay, so it's vital that you have patience, because the amount of patience or lack thereof really does make all the difference when it comes to having a dog of that size, having a dog that age, and putting them in a brand new environment that they're not used to.
The door. I just took you outside. We couldn't go anywhere for long. We knew we had to be home after an hour and a half. We knew we could not be gone for long. Couldn't leave Essence at all. She really needs somebody with her 24/7. And she didn't want Lockett to enjoy life. She'd steal her food, steal her treats. Like I said, the list goes on with how she treated Lockett, and Lockett was miserable. The day that I brought Essence home, Lockett hated her, and it never stopped. Lockett never liked her. Lockett was miserable. My dog was depressed. Like, Lockett was so depressed, like, it was sad. And my family knew it. And I would get so offended when my mom and my brother would be like, she looks so sad. Like, she's just so sad. And I'd be like, well, she's gonna have to get over it, because it's not all about her, it's also about Essence. When in reality, it was all about Essence.
And then, girl, on top of that, I would not lie to you. Literally, the day that Essence was adopted, the day that Essence left the house.
Also, I just want to make this point. Y'all see how her hair is like pressed out and everything? Like I said earlier in this video, I remember some people were saying that she got married in her little jumpsuit or whatever. I highly doubt that was the case, because y'all, like, who gets married in a jumpsuit and their hair is pressed out? Like, she was probably in a dress. I'll give her that credit,
Was the day that Lockett started to progress, was the day that Lockett became happier and happier and happier. When I tell you guys, every single day I am learning new things about Lockett. Like, her personality is coming out like so much, you guys. She is so happy. She's always so excited and just so happy. And it is so amazing to see her finally be able to be at peace. I can't even explain to you guys how different our household was with Essence in the house, but it was just hard for me to make the decision that I knew I was supposed to make. Now, in saying that, Lockett is happy and everything, but it still did take a while for us to retrain Lockett after Essence left. Because what happened was 24/7 Essence was pottying and being bad. And I just don't have it in me to 24/7 be punishing a dog. I'm not just going to keep punishing this dog over and over and over again. So since I wasn't punishing her all the time, Lockett took it as okay, so it's okay for me to do that. And so she started to do the same exact things that Essence was doing. And then not to mention, Essence was just like, she didn't care about anything. Like she would pee and poop and step all in it, lay in it. Like it didn't make sense. Locket has never been like that ever since she was a puppy. My home smelled terrible. It was just a whole thing, you guys, that was it put me in a really bad mental space.
It caused some issues in our relationship because it was constant. I didn't want company over ever. I did not want company over. It was so embarrassing to have company over because I knew what was going to happen in front of them. It was so embarrassing, so I had no company. Locket started to poop and pee all in my house as well with Essence. So let me tell you what happened. So Essence, y'all remember, I stopped putting her in the cage at nighttime because I was like, she's doing good. It got 10 times worse. I left her out for maybe
Okay, so that's where you went wrong. If you have a crate, I would say make sure you put your dogs in the crate at night when you're not at home, all the things. My husband, he didn't have a crate for our pit for a long time when he first got our pit bull. And we left the house. This was back before we were engaged or dating or something. But we left his apartment and to go out, hang out, or whatever. Came back, poop all over the couch. It was horrendous. And that same day, my husband went and got a crate for our pit. And ever since, we have crate trained our dogs. I went and got a Havapoo a couple of months before we got married. And in purchasing my Havapoo, I was purchasing a crate as well. I'm sorry, unless your dogs are comfortable being outside or whatever, yeah, if they're going to be indoors in your home, I would highly suggest, everybody's different. This is just my opinion, but I would definitely crate train. They don't have to be in their crates all day long, but yeah, definitely crate train. They need to be crate trained so that they have a controlled space they can be in when you do have guests over, because everybody don't feel comfortable with dogs running around. And I feel like that should be respected. When you're, gone, crate train them. Put them in the crate. They're in a safe and controlled space. And you can feel assured that your home that you've worked hard for isn't being destroyed, period. So there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, I feel like she should have had her dogs in a crate at night, period. They are not babies. They're not humans. They are dogs. And if you know they're a little troubled, if you know they're not that disciplined, keep them in a crate. That's what that space is for.
4 nights out by herself, and then I came downstairs one day, and it was like an outhouse. Locket went everywhere. So Locket started to do what she did.
I was still willing to leave Essence out because it was easier to clean it up off the floor than out of her paws and out of her entire body because she would lay in it. So since Locket was acting like that, I started to put her in the cage at nighttime and leave Essence out. So Essence would potty on the floor, I would clean it up. It was easier that way than to have to get up every single morning and give her a bath, clean out the cage. But that's when she began to tear my house up at nighttime. She began to dig into my floorboards.
It kind of makes me wonder, did she ever quote unquote potty train Essence properly? When getting a brand new puppy, you have to take them out. Routinely, especially just like with potty training a toddler. When you're potty training a toddler, you got to put them on the potty every 30 minutes, and I can speak on this because I'm quite literally in that process of potty training my toddler right now. You have to put them on the potty every 30 minutes just so that that can get in their brain that pee and poop goes in the potty. Same thing with a dog. You have to potty train them so that they can know pee and poop goes outside. It don't go in the crate. It don't go in the carpet. It don't go on the couch for my situation. But they'll know it goes outside. And they'll know to hold it. Dogs can hold it for, whatever period of time they need to hold it. But if you properly potty train them, then it's easier in the long run. You just got to lock in for a week or two and really potty train your puppy and get them to understand this is what you do. And when I got my puppy, I would still keep her in a controlled space. If I had to go to work, I would have the crate in the bathroom or something. I'd leave the crate door open, but I would leave her in the bathroom with her crate, put newspaper down, and if she needed to potty, she could potty on the newspaper. I would put newspaper on the floor. I would put newspaper in the crate. And for me, that helped as well. My dog is very smart. She learned how to literally climb her crate and climb out of the freaking bathroom because I left my bathroom door open. But yeah, that's a whole nother situation. But there are different methods. If you do your research, there are different methods, but it is vital that those first few days of having your puppy, you potty train them as soon as possible. Take them out every 30 minutes just so that they can understand this is where poop and pee goes.
Wake up, there would just be random things damaged, digging at the carpet, so I had to make that decision that I had to give her up for adoption because nothing is working.
Locket started to behave in ways I've never seen Locket behave. Poop in my room, I'm like, this is not my baby. This is not Locket. She's depressed. She's not eating her food. When I tell you guys, Locket was so unhappy, and Essence just never listened. It just never really got in. So she's in an amazing home. She is with a retired older woman that lives on a private lake She is on a medication every single day, even though, you know, they say she's still extremely hyper. It helps her to calm down a little bit, not too much. She wears diapers. They have like a whole routine for her. Like she has to be on a routine with somebody being home with her 24/7 because she cannot be left alone. If they leave, she goes with them. Like she's with somebody 24/7. If not, she's left with someone. She cannot be by herself, and we know that. So I basically just told them like she's got really, really bad anxiety and she cannot be left alone. And yeah, they still want her. They were so happy about it. Like, and I knew it because, you know, when you're retired and stuff like that, and you don't really have anybody. Like, you will take care of this dog.
Exactly.
And Essence is happy.
A lot of older people that are retired, they get so bored of life and they need a companion, but they really don't know where to get it. And so whenever Essence was brought up, that was literally the perfect thing that she needed. And I think they're doing absolutely amazing.
I know, but it's like, I remember when I did, I was like so worried about what she thought. Like, I didn't want her to feel abandoned, and then I was so mad at myself. Like, you couldn't do it. You couldn't give her what she needed. I couldn't sleep for nights on nights on nights. I'd wake up crying. He knows, like, I'd cry 24/7, like. And I just had to accept that I couldn't do what somebody else could do for her. I did what was right. And I also got another confirmation. Like I said, you guys, I've got some big news coming up. That I'm taking on a responsibility. And there would have been no way I could have took care of Essence and this new responsibility coming. And no, I'm not pregnant. No, I'm not pregnant. Essence is happy in a new home, and we are married. And we made it. We made it. But I look cute, guys. I'll show you guys in the mirror, and then I have to leave. Girl, I had on my cute little Uggs too. But look how cute. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I went to the mall yesterday, and I got this entire outfit for $19. The entire store was $8.99. This was the only cute outfit. So y'all know I had to go ahead and grab it. It is so cute, you guys. Girl, it's so cute.
In my opinion, it is not. It is not. But, you know, hey, to each his own.
My mom flat ironed my hair this morning. Thank you, Mom. And she gave me this Dooney and Burke bag a couple years ago. It's so freaking cute. I love my mom, y'all. She's so freaking awesome.
Now, that is a cute bag. But the outfit, no.
But yeah, girl. Looking cute. Looking cute. But I love you guys. And
So yeah, y'all, she did not say she got married in that outfit. So I'm just going to hold on to hope that she didn't get married in that and she got married in something else. And yeah, that's what I'm going to hold on to hope for. But yeah, you guys, that's the end of today's video. I had to give the Chloe enablers the attention that they've been begging for since I started making this content back in March. So I had to go ahead and give them the attention that they desired. Again, stay out of my comments. At the end of the day, with her sister coming out and speaking out, and she allegedly has a YouTube channel coming out in late June, so y'all make sure y'all go and support her. But she's coming out with her YouTube channel, and Lord only knows the tea that's about to be spilled from her channel. So at this point, y'all don't really have a leg to stand on. Let's just call it what it is, because somebody who actually knows Chloe is speaking out. So my opinion aside, the opinions of other people aside, even the enablers' opinion aside, our opinions don't hold a hill of beans to somebody who actually knows her. And yeah, she's basically have confirmed everything that people have been saying about Chloe for years. So y'all, at this point, leave people alone. Let people make the content they want to make. It's YouTube. It's the internet. It's not that deep. Okay? I don't know these people, and neither do you. So let's remember that. Let's keep it cute. Let's keep it respectful. Okay? You're getting up in arms over somebody who would never do the same for you. Let's just keep it a buck. Okay? So let's remember that. It's not that deep. Okay? Chloe is not going to be your friend. She's not going to shout you out. She's not going to do any of that for you going up to bat for her. It's not that deep, okay? Sadly, she don't even appreciate her audience enough to show up for the people who's actually supporting her and cheering her on and encouraging her, and has been doing so for years. She don't even appreciate those people enough to show up and do her quote-unquote job, okay? And I feel like at this point, it's mid-May. It's very telling. It's very telling. So leave people alone. Let me make my content in peace. I don't get paid for any of this. I'm doing this solely because I enjoy it. Okay, and that has been my motivation since 2022. I didn't just start doing this in January, February, or March. I've been doing this since 2022, and I have the content to prove it. You can scroll down and literally see the date of when I've posted my videos. And the majority of my videos are just me living my life, talking about the things that I enjoy, the things that I'm passionate about. And yeah, very few, 97% of my videos is just me. It's not about Chloe or anybody else for that matter. So yeah, leave me alone. Let me make the content that I want to make. Let me make the content that works for me. Let me make the content that my audience wants to see in peace. If you don't like it, guess what? I didn't ask you to come here. You came here. You clicked on these videos. I didn't ask you to. Okay? So the simple fact that you're on my channel says more about you than it does me. Okay? Because if you're a true supporter, if you really ride for her, then you wouldn't even be giving my videos any credence. You'd be patiently waiting on her to come back to her channel, or you would be making your own content praising her or whatever it is you wish I was doing over here. Yeah. And at the end of the day, I don't think I'm dragging her to filth. Okay. I think I've been very fair in my videos and very impartial because, again, I don't know her and I'm just speaking on what she has made public. And honestly, that's what people have been doing for years. They're just not making videos about it. So what's the difference? There is none. It's the internet. Okay. So let's keep it cute. Let's keep it respectful. And if you cannot do that, your comment will be removed and I will do us both a favor and remove you and block you from my channel. Okay? Because it's obvious you don't like my content and I don't like your attitude. So I'll do us both a favor and block you from my channel if you cannot be respectful. Capiche? Capiche. Anyways, for the people who actually want to be here, for the people who appreciate this content, for the people who've been supporting this content, I appreciate you. I see you. Thank you so, so much. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. That's the easiest way to support what I'm doing over here. And I will see you guys in the next video.